And here we are at the 6 o'clock position. We have our blue Protoss player from Infinity 7, the one and only blue Protoss player, Axslav. His opponent at the 3 o'clock position is our pink Terran player, up 2-1 in this set, looking to go to the semifinals right here. It's Major.
All right, so now we've got a very macro-oriented map once again. I mean, Entombed Valley does lend itself towards that as well. Got nice defendable areas. Now, in this one, it's not so much that it's so easy to defend your natural. It still is pretty easy. I wouldn't say it's as tight as like Cloud Kingdom or anything, but here's the thing. This map is huge. It's a massive map. It's almost as big as Atlantis spaceship.
Yes.
So you have a really, really long travel distance. And not the mains aren't actually all that large.
It's true. I mean,
it's not like you're going to be having insane amounts of drops sneak into your base. Like, you can actually cover it with pretty much 2 pylons on the perimeter.
They are exploitable, though. I mean, it's because you have a lot of space to contend with. There's a fair bit of cliff line that you have to watch. They are exploitable, but you're right. As long as you're smart with where your supply depots with your pylons, you're going to know where everything's at.
Well, and like also like it's. I like that, actually, that it's exploited, but it's not it's in no situation is it like the best map for any of these scenarios, because like a lot of things just aren't even possible. You look at Blink Stalker, like, okay, if you're gonna go for Blink Stalker on this, blinking into that main, you actually have to do perfect shift blinking, and even if you, which a lot of players don't bother with, because shift blinking is so unreliable. And even if your shift blinking is perfect, you're still going to lose a lot of units if you're being chased down while you're shift blinking out of somebody's base, because it takes too long. So, I mean, because of that, you know, it's just there's strategies that don't tend to happen on here, and as such, yeah, players feel a little more comfortable to be greedy.
And speaking of being greedy, we have a Nexus first out of Axslav, and this is after he scouted the gas from his opponent.
Yep.
So we mentioned it a lot of times before that, you know, if there's a gasless expand coming out of a Terran player, a lot of times Protoss players will cut whatever they're doing, just go for that. But now we may be getting into what you were talking about before. Axslav's build, where he's very comfortable with going after that earlier Forge, earlier Photon Cannon, and setting up the way we expected he would.
I was thinking exactly that, Kevin, but he skips the Forge, goes straight at typically. Okay, so he's just reversing a little bit, which actually. All right, so what does this mean? Because actually, with his 5-gate pressures, he favors Forge first. You get the fast +1. You don't have to. Okay, all right.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, this is definitely.
Like,
I mean, all right. Yeah. So Proxied Factory. I mean, this is either going to be for a medevac or probably for a Banshee.
Yeah.
If Axslav goes for his 5-gate build, Banshees are so good against it. Especially if you go for Cloaked Banshee, like, phenomenal.
Well, there's a reactor coming up back at home, so he's expending a little gas into that, not actually going after the second gas. So it may, in fact, be the Marine Hellion drop, too. There is some ladder play that is pretty effective here. We mentioned that if you keep a couple of pylons, you have good vision to the back, but we see here, look at this. Major's actually scouting around here and making sure there's no pylons and no detection set up.
Oh, he's just going for straight up. Hellion's going to fly it right into the main base, and making a barracks as well.
Okay, and he has his second gas coming up back at home.
So intelligent to do versus Axslav, Kevin, because he relies on cannons for his defense. He loves sitting on one gateway for a long time. Makes a second if he feels like things are a little suspicious, like this scout running around for too long. But he always throws down a second cannon if he feels nervous. This is just really well-crafted play out of Major for his specific opponent.
All right.
So impressed right now.
We'll see if this barracks actually lifts off and lands inside of the main, too. There's a lot of Marines that are being made up at the front here, and the Hellions are already being queued up. He wants to wait until he has 3 of them, then he can move out and start one-shotting probes.
I'm going to say it again. This is Major has done his research.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying here against Axslav. So Stalker looks like it is going to find this, though. So, I mean, that's really, really good out of Axslav. He didn't seem to notice the Hellion, actually.
Well, and now he's going to in a second when they start torching his probes. And Axslav's going to have to run away here in a second. No, going after them so we can get his units in position to try and take them out. But already a couple of probes have fallen. More going to go down here momentarily. 4 for the cost of nothing so far.
All right, Major's going to be pretty happy about this. Now, he is sitting at home still with his Marines. He hasn't opted to move out with them. And he can't run out with this because the cannon is there. So,
and it looks like he's just going to suicide him and try and pick off a couple more probes.
Doesn't get any.
Doesn't really get any more. Nah. Skilled 7 so far this game, but as we can see, now it's a proxy tech lab factory, proxy tanks, and a ton of Marines. Is he going to pull SCVs with this? That's my question.
I would Well, he doesn't have the Banshees, but because all the tech structures are proxied, you would think so, because it's not going to be easy.
Even like 2 or 3 just to repair. I mean, I would figure he would pull some, but maybe not. Well, oh, okay, there, yeah, lots and lots of them. Yeah.
Because like everything's proxied here, so if he lifts up and goes home, the amount of production time that he loses, actually Axslav will just come back and kill him.
Yes.
So, all right, Major's going to be all in here. 7 probes. It's tough to say if he did enough.
We'll find out. He's still got a fair bit of economy back at home, so we can at least make a couple more tanks. Siege mode's almost done. And he sees, the Stalker at least sees all the units up in front. I don't know if it caught a glimpse of the SCVs, but it doesn't matter. That's enough. Axslav knows he's got to make whatever
cannons.
he can. He
uses cannons to defend. Major keeps countering exactly what he knows Axslav does, is it's just so damn smart coming out of ROOT.MajOr right now, because now you're going to see his cannons are going to be utterly worthless. Axslav isn't going to be, they buy him time, okay. Time what? To die more?
Time for bunkers to get set up and more tanks to get in position? Yeah.
This is awesome out of Major right now. This is so cool.
Well, first photon cannon dies. The second one's going to go down here momentarily. Looks like Major may not worry about the rest of this. It's not going to do too much more damage. And the attack has commenced. 2 tanks are up, already splashing damage on the Stalkers up at the top. The Stalkers actually can't get down the ramp now, so everything that Axslav does has to be warped in up at the front. But the problem is, he's only got 2 sentries and a Zealot sitting there. Last photon cannon dies, and what else can he do about this?
Well, he's got an Immortal, but it's not going to be... If the cannon position's there, that's a nice position for Axslav, actually. And when the Immortal is, well, he's going to try to use Stalkers to take it out right now. Sentries on the low ground get taken out. Another tank joins the fray, though.
Right. So the second one's in play. The Immortal is just about to pop up, but almost certainly Axslav's going to be down to just 1 base, even if he finds a way to hold here.
Oh, man, this natural is so going to die, and now Axslav's going to be on 1 base. Now, of course, Major's on 1 base as well. Axslav is down about 20 supply at this moment. You need Colossus to beat this, is what you need, and he's making Immortals. Immortals can work, actually. Liquid Tyler was trying this for a while, but you need Warp Prisms.
Yeah.
Use Immortals and Warp Prisms to take out the tanks. He doesn't have that available. Axslav's probably just going to die here.
And the Immortal dies immediately, only gets 1 shot off on the Siege Tank. There's GG. Major advances into the semifinals of the GOM World Championship qualifiers, so congratulations to him.
I mean, he deserves it. You can see the amount of preparation that went into that match. And no shot to Axslav, he's a fantastic player, one of my favorite players, actually. But Major put an incredible amount of thought into his builds and what he decided to do in that matchup.
All right, well, that's our first best of 5 of the night. We still have 1 more for you guys. It's going to be Acer Scarlet going up against Evil Genius's Suppy. So a ZVZ to conclude things for the night. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back for our second best of 5.